Britons have reacted furiously after the European Commission threatened to take legal action against Britain over claims the government refused to follow the European Union's freedom of movement rules. This afternoon the European Commission claimed the UK did not notify Brussels about legislative changes that failed to comply with EU law on free movement of EU citizens. The European Commission sent a formal notice to the UK, the first stage of infringement proceedings, giving the government 4 months to address the shortcomings it has identified. Infringement proceedings are launched when an EU country fails to implement EU law. The process can lead to the European Court of Justice (ECJ) imposing financial penalties. The move by the bloc has prompted an angry response from express.co.uk readers who let their feelings known on this website's Facebook page. One user said, "EU stamping their feet again. Grow up EU." A second reader wrote, "Desperately grasping, trying to entangle us some more to prevent us from leaving." A third commented, "It's like they are scrambling for every penny they can get. Maybe you should concentrate on the remaining members." A fourth wrote, "I've never heard such a load of rubbish in my life." Meanwhile a fifth simply said, "Clutching at straws." Britain officially left the European Union in January, however the UK is bound by EU law during the transition period which expires at the end of the year. The UK and the EU must decide in June whether to extend the transition period for up to 2 years. Downing Street has always insisted Britain will not seek a delay to the negotiating timetable. On freedom of movement, a statement by the European Commission reads, UK national legislation limits the scope of beneficiaries of EU free movement law in the United Kingdom as well as the possibilities for EU citizens and their family members to appeal administrative decisions restricting free movement rights. The Commission considers that the United Kingdom has thereby breached the Free Movement Directive as well as EU rules on freedom of movement of EU citizens, freedom of movement of workers and freedom of establishment. EU law on free movement of persons continues to apply to and in the United Kingdom as if it were still an EU member state during the transition period. Furthermore, the rights of EU citizens resident in the UK after the end of the transition period, as set out in the withdrawal agreement, are built on the rights that they currently enjoy in the United Kingdom under EU rules. It added, the United Kingdom's shortcomings in the implementation and transposition of EU free movement law risks therefore also affecting the implementation of the citizens' rights under the withdrawal agreement after the end of the transition period. For these reasons, the Commission decided to send a letter of formal notice to the United Kingdom, the first step in the infringement process. The United Kingdom now has 4 months to take the necessary measures to address the shortcomings identified by the Commission. Otherwise, the Commission may send a reasoned opinion to the UK authorities. The Prime Minister's official spokesman said, "We will look at what the EU has to say and we will respond in due course."